Live from Butler, Pennsylvania, as the Trump rally has wrapped up. As the word on the street, people camped out last night into the morning as traffic tie ups were crazy today. They blocked off the highway into Butler, about 20-mile radius, and we saw the Trump plane fly in 20 miles into the city of Butler, into the area where he, of course, did his speech. Now, I had a ticket to go, but I had family obligations, so I didn't go to the event. I wanted to go there to do my own report, as you would know, but family obligations came and I'm here at home. But I did get to see some of the coverage, and I was taken overwhelmed with compassion for the hurricane survivors. The music was powerful and palpitating. I can't help but wonder what's going to happen to the victims of the hurricane. They're still waiting for help, and I wonder what we can do. So I pray. I kept praying, and this kept falling off my wall. And I, during that Trump speech, I thought maybe there's some hope for the hurricane victims, because $750 after losing your home, your child, or your grandparents, or your whole family, or God knows what has been lost in states like Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia, South Carolina. Debris detail, I personally have been through it in Joplin, and 162 people died in Joplin, Missouri, in the EF5 tornado. I've been there. I know FEMA turns away help because of personal obligations to the public, just in case of emergency. They have a protocol for certain reasons, but there's badly needed help and rescues that need to be had. I'm not going to say this right, so I'm just not going to start there anymore. I just can't. All I can do is just pray, 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 pray. So listening to the Trump speech, as I got home tonight, I live here in Butler, and I know that there's going to be some rebuilding in this area, as I know there's plans to rebuild Butler because of what happened to the Comprador family. I think in his memory, that would be a beautiful thing. I think that this region needs it. And in behalf of the Comprador family, I hope that the victims of the shooting, that they do something radical to help this city and the community in the surrounding area. There's an epidemic of drugs, especially fentanyl. So that's a national issue as much as it's a local issue. But that being said, Trump talks about this kind of stuff because of the cartels. So I'm not speaking on these issues as if this isn't a national crisis. It's a local crisis here too. So with that said, there was a lot that I'm still listening to from the Benny Show, and I'm speaking as a resident of Butler. A lot happened since July 13th, and just a lot of media. And I got interviewed by a media from Pittsburgh, which is about an hour away. And my interview, I will link in the description box below so that you can read the post. It's from the conservative newspaper, the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. I'll look for it and link it in. As for me, I am so saddened by what is going on with the hurricane survivors that I really don't know what to say. I tear up and torn up by this, but as much as I'm emotional about it, they don't have a comfortable place to go. They have no one to turn to, and some of them are still in muddy conditions. And it breaks my heart that we are in such a critical situation right now that rescues are being prevented and help is still being stalled. And there are convoys of help that are being stalled and stonewalled. I've never seen anything like this. I have to tell you, politics is the most dangerous thing I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I've seen it firsthand since July 13th. I see a lot of politics being played in others' lives, including mental health, and politics plays a big role in that as well. People play politics in almost everything. We were sitting there having a conversation with my mother, who is an ultra left wing nut. And I mean, she's a Trump hater. You can disagree on who you support, but when you get into hating somebody for their politics, I told her, I said, I don't hate you for what you believe or don't believe. And she said, thank you. I said, I just don't agree with who you support. I don't have to either. I don't support your candidate. I don't. But I don't hate you. I mean, it's an ideological debate if you want me to be that way. And I'm not an ideologue. I was going to sit this one out, but after listening to the debates and everything, I really was on the fence for a long time. And I think there's a lot of people like me that are undecided, that's still waffle when it comes to this. But after tonight, I think it's clear that we must save our country and we need a leadership. Now, if you really want my honest opinion, I would like the Lord to be in the midst of every decision we make. So we pray before we vote. We pray that the Lord comes first. That being said, but I mean, I don't know what that's going to look like. All we can do is hope and pray that the Lord comes and the government will be on his shoulders instead. Wouldn't that be nice? Because there's that reality of that happening at some point. We don't know if that'll be soon. We hope so. But until then, right now we have to look at whose candidate is close to what the Lord would choose for us. So we got to pray for the choice that the Lord would have for us. Listen, I ate up a lot of time here. Thank you for listening to me live here from my hometown of Butler. Well, it's not my hometown. I'm actually from Pittsburgh, but I live in Butler. It's a beautiful starry night. It's a little chilly out, but it's quite quiet when you got almost 90,000 people in the area of the rural parts of Butler who are filling up the whole region. And traffic is going to be crazy here in the next few minutes as they're busting loose, and a whole lot of traffic coming our way here. So I'm going to go and check out the stars in the sky and take it all in tonight as people will be coming in by the truckloads coming through town. So I'm pretty sure they broke a record here in Butler, PA, as the Trump rally was historic, as they made it an amazing, if you saw the Trump rally on live TV or on Fox or whatever network you watched it on. It was it's pretty quiet here, you know. There's 90,000 people that are there and they're not in town. So it's pretty quiet nonetheless. Thanks for listening. God bless you from Butler, PA. Thanks again.